lighting in here is nice. Okay, well, good morning. Welcome to another vlog. It is Saturday morning. I'm in a familiar location if you've been watching since 2021. I'm at my mom's house. So we packed the car with everything you need to take your child out of the house for the day. We took the car seat out of the car because the mechanic that we trust is back in my hometown by my mom's. And Addie woke up a little late, but we were like, that's fine, whatever. Like, we're gonna, they know that we're coming, like, whatever. Zach goes to bring the car in, and we got turned away because he was like, I had to take on other work. You guys didn't get here when you said you would. Which, number one, when I called 2 days ago, I said, what's your availability for this, this, and this on Saturday? And he said, yeah, you can bring it in. We didn't discuss time at all. He closes at 1. We got there at probably like 11. So... yeah, that's not enough time for all the things we needed to get done. He wouldn't even look at the car to tell us, like, yeah, you do need those things done, because some of the things we were like, I don't know, we need someone to look at it to tell us if we need to get it done. Anyway, turned us away completely. So we drove 40 minutes, packed up the car, rushed here, for nothing, which honestly, I'm annoyed at the guy, but I think it's also just kind of a miscommunication. Like, he should have told me that he closed at 1 on Saturdays. He should have told me, make sure you get here when we open at such and such time. Because when I Googled their, this auto repair shop, their times aren't on Google. So I didn't know when they opened and closed. Otherwise, we would have obviously been here when they first opened if we knew that they closed so early. So... I'm annoyed, Zach's annoyed and not feeling well because we got our flu and COVID shots last night. And I'm feeling fine. My arm is just sore, but Zach is not feeling the best. But anything to protect this little baby, the little baby that's probably destroying my mom's kitchen right now. But anyway, since we're here, we're going to go to the town center, get coffee. Zach and I are both starving. We're going to go to the park. And then when it's around her nap time, we're going to get in the car, and then she'll take her nap in the car. So we're still trying to make a nice day out of it because it is a nice fall day. Now our car's not getting fixed, and Zach is either going to drive all the way back here on Tuesday and take the day off to do it, or we're going to just bite the bullet and find somewhere closer to us. But we have had not the greatest luck so far by us. We've had a couple of like sketchy experiences, which is why I was like, let's just go here. But we're kind of at this point where we're like, let's just go on Facebook, see what the people of our town recommend on the town Facebook page. It's not very interesting to talk about, but we were ready to drop a bag today on this car repair because we need a lot to get done, or we need a lot done, which stinks because we're literally buying another car at the end of the year. So it's like fixing this car up and buying another car at the end. But the whole point is that we can have 2 functional working cars. Anyway. We're waiting for my sister to get back with her boyfriend, and then we're going to take a walk into town. Addie! Turn, turn, turn. Yeah, let's go to the right.
Grandma.
Yeah, and Mama.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Wowza, wowza.
It's 8:30. Zach went to go pick up our Panera. What a day we had. It was a good day, but I'm exhausted. Zach continued to not feel good from his COVID shot, which he was fine the last like few times. We've gotten a booster every year. He's been fine like every year. Once we got home, which we had a fun time at the park, we like out of random ran into a friend of mine a friend of mine and my sister's, funny enough, from high school. And we have been like DMing on Instagram 2 years almost, which is crazy, since we were both pregnant with our first. Yeah, so it was cool seeing her like at the park. It was like, oh my gosh, you're here. And of course, like we wanted our kids to play together. Like, anyway, so they were like on opposite sides of the playground. So we didn't really get to like talk that much because she was chasing her son. I was chasing Addie, but it was nice to like see her. And I'm like, we need to like plan this again, even though we will probably still be on the opposite side of the playground again. And then we got home, had lunch with her. And then my mom also came over to hang out with us. And we played, and we went on another long walk with Addie around our neighborhood. And she walked. Like, she didn't sit in the stroller because we've been having a hard time with her being strapped into anything. She didn't sit in the stroller. And then we got back, and Addie had dinner, and I took Daisy on another walk. So I did a lot of walking and just like physical stuff today. And my lower back hurts so bad. Like I said, we got Panera. I think I got the French onion soup and a Caesar salad with the bread as my side. That is all for tonight. I'm gonna go eat my Panera. Good morning. It's another Sunday morning in the Lar house. I think the last thing you guys saw was Zach got home from with our Panera. I ordered a chicken Caesar salad with a French onion soup. If you've ever had that from Panera, two fairly bland options because I didn't want to upset my stomach. Halfway through the French onion soup, had not even touched my salad yet. I started feeling a little icky. I put it down. I said, uh-oh. To make a long story short, I'm sure you can see where this is going. I ran upstairs and projectile got sick. I turned to Zach and I said, I think I have to go sit in front of the toilet. In fact, I had to rush upstairs and I almost didn't make it, but don't know what caused that. It had to have been the French onion soup, but like the French onion soup from Panera, like no offense to Panera, is like fairly bland. Like at the end of the day, like I know I'm just pregnant and like pregnant women get sick, but it just comes on out of nowhere, triggered by what I'm eating, but like there's been no correlation between the three things that made me get sick like this. My stomach was completely back to normal by 17 weeks with Addie, and I'm gonna be 24 weeks tomorrow, and I'm still getting so sick. Anyway, I'm making Addie French toast, and I started her off with an egg, thinking that would buy me time while the French toast was cooking, but it didn't. She finished the egg so fast, and now the French toast is like not even close to being ready, so I'm probably gonna have to deal with an unhappy baby for the next few minutes, so I'm gonna go, but Zach and I have big plans as far as home improvements today. All right, we have a lot of little things that we're gonna do today, including putting up the baby gates, and like I will talk more about that later because it's not gonna look perfect because Zach is putting up the baby gates, which I will explain the situation with those once they're up because I'm not worried about Addie bumping and hurting herself. It's not even that sharp, honestly. It's just gonna give me peace of mind. This is more for like new little baby comes so that we don't have to worry about it. I don't know why I'm doing this right now, but I'm doing it. So. Okay, all that's left is for Zach to anchor this to the wall. This I am moving with Zach's help once the baby gates are up. Magnetic locks are installed on these bottom two and on the cabinets. These top ones, it can't be installed because this like little lip part didn't go as deep as the bottom two. So these two top drawers are just can't be locked using the magnetic locks, which if you're gonna buy the magnetic locks, I recommend them because once you unlock them, you can unlock it and then I can make it so that if you press like a tab down, you can still like open it and close it. And then when I want it to be locked again, I can do that and it won't open. But they don't work for all types of cabinets and drawers. So make sure when you're buying them that you make sure like what you're buying them for, it'll work for. We have these locks in the kitchen as well for our cabinets, and figuring out how to install them at first was very frustrating. And then figuring out how to install them on these drawers was also frustrating, but Zach's still installing the baby gates. I have to go see what else is on the list for today.
Watch your step.
Oh, look at all the lights. We gotta look at Halloween though. Okay, well, we're in Home Depot we're having complications with setting up the baby gates. and Zach is trying to resolve said complications. But anyway, I'm distracting Addie. She didn't want to be held anymore. She wouldn't sit in the cart. So we're in the shelving aisle. And yeah, we also wanted to take a peek while we were here at Halloween, but they only have scary Halloween. They don't have any like just cutesy blow up Halloween stuff. It's all scary. So I guess we'll order online. They do have their Christmas stuff out, which is exciting, but we're holding off on that. But yeah, I'll talk more about what's going on with the baby gates when we get home. But we made a lot of progress with the childproofing. I also fell down the stairs, so I will talk about that later too. Oh, these are nice shelves actually, Addie. Look at that, Addie. You wanna do him? This is Goofy. Wow.
I'm gonna start from the end and see if I can get
Look how cool
without getting all tangled up.
Well, it is 11:30 at night. Okay, yeah, the last thing I vlogged, we were in Home Depot. I was trying to occupy Addie with Christmas decorations and distract her from the Halloween decorations and the fact that I didn't want her running around Home Depot because that sounds like the most hazardous place for a toddler to walk. Anyway, we got home. Basically what was happening with the baby gates, only one of them is up and there was a complication with it. My house has a lot of intricacies and unique qualities. Very blessed to be in my house. I was actually having a moment today. Here I am, pregnant with my second baby. My daughter was peacefully eating her dinner and my husband was, putting up the baby gate, and I had one of those moments where I was like, wow, like very blessed. Very, it was like a heartwarming, like mundane, but like sweet moment where like it was like a reality check of like, I've got it good. You know what I mean? So anyway, the baby gates. On one side of the wall, there was a stud, and the next stud on the other side of the wall did not line up. And when you put on baby gates, it has to be like lined up, if that makes sense. Like on either side of the wall, you can't have it like slanted or diagonal. They have to be like installed, like the brackets have to be installed right across from each other. Anyway, so there was a stud here. There was not a stud on this side. So it had to go into the wall, and then the wall anchors that came with it didn't work, and then we had to go to Home Depot to get, I don't know what they're called. They're like wall anchors, but they're not. They're like metal. I don't know. Who cares? Who even cares? Anyway, so we had to go to Home Depot for that. Zach ended up being able to make it work. I will show you guys the baby gate that we have up. One thing that sucks is it was supposed to be one of those where it's like, it swings shut behind you, and it just doesn't do that. Anyway, we have two other areas where we needed to put baby gates. One of which we knew that we had to have a contractor come in, and basically for the type of wrought iron gates or railings we have on either side of this one stairway, kits that you can buy for baby gates for installing them wouldn't work. I'm not gonna get into it because it's very boring, but we basically needed like a contractor or a handyman to come in and like build like a structure kind of around the wrought iron. It's so annoying. But right now we have it zip tied on either side, and it's zip tied pretty tight so that like Addie tested it. She can't shake it open. She can't get it open. It is gonna work, but it's like, in order for you to take that baby gate down or like go down that stairway, you'd have to take off the zip ties that we put on the baby gate and the railing, and then in order to put the gate back up, you'd have to zip tie it again. So for now, we're just using the one stairway that leads to the same floor, and then there's the middle stairway that still does not have a baby gate. I'm just gonna show you guys. This is the one that Zach installed. This is all good to go. You do this, you lift it up, it can go this way, or you can do it this way. But the whole locking part and opening it part is more complicated than it was meant to be. And that's just because our house is very special. So we have kind of blocking where we'd install the one side, and then this is the other side, okay? It's uneven, trust me, okay? This is gonna be an ordeal. And then this side is where we just have it literally zip tied, and in order to take this down, you'd have to take off the zip ties. So it works. Like Addie tried to push this down. So this is just staying up like this indefinitely until the contractor comes out. That's the update on the baby gate situation. The update on, I kind of mentioned this in the Home Depot when we were in Home Depot still, but like I fell down these stairs while Zach was in the middle of installing everything. He had like a bunch of stuff by the stairs and I was overcompensating, stepping over what he had on the stairs, and I slipped like on my like back and butt down. There's only like 4 stairs and I slipped down the last 2. My feet hurt, my leg hurt from that, and then I slipped down it and then I fell forward onto my hands. I did not hit my stomach to my knowledge at all. And I felt fine. Like immediately after I was like, I'm fine, just fell down the stairs, like haha. And I thought nothing of it. And then a few minutes went by and my back and my side started to hurt. And then both sides of my back hurt. And then I just felt like achy. I was really freaked out after that. For like about 2 hours after that happened, I was like very on edge, trying to rest as much as possible. So I think I'm fine. I literally have an appointment tomorrow. I have my glucose test tomorrow, which is not, it wasn't that bad last time because they had the drink refrigerated, but when they're nice and cold, it's easy to chug down, which my drink that I had to drink last year wasn't that bad. So I'm hoping they have them refrigerated for me tomorrow. So I'm gonna mention it to him, and I didn't have any like leaking or anything, so that's why I was not concerned. My camera died and I'm not going upstairs for a new one. Like I said, I have my glucose test tomorrow. So I'm having a small portion of my pumpkin ice cream. And then tomorrow morning for breakfast, I'm having like eggs, and that's it because my appointment's at 9:45. So 2 eggs should be enough to get me through until when I'm home. And then after that, I have a meeting as soon as I get home from that doctor's appointment. So yeah, it's gonna be a very Monday. But anywho, that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. I think this was a fairly boring vlog from my perspective, but I love these types of just normal videos. So I hope you enjoy and come back for the next one.